Here we are in this week's assignments module, and these are due Sunday, February 13th. For this week's reading, you'll read Chapter 2 on the Art Nouveau. The years just before and after the 20th century were a time of experimentation and daring which expanded the limits of all the arts. Uninhibited by tradition, avant-garde artists and designers experimented with form, color, and content to create a new visual vocabulary. An Art Nouveau style is defined by flowing lines, foliate forms, and sensuous shapes. And here we can see the manifestation of Art Nouveau design in various countries. In France with Eugène Grasset and Toulouse-Lautrec, in Germany with Otto Ekman, and in Italy with Marcello Dudovich. Have a look at this week's lectures. The Beggerstaffs were brothers-in-law who had been friends in art school, and they developed a new technique that we call collage. Their style consisted of absolutely flat planes of color and incomplete images challenging the viewer to decipher the subject. Women became the major subject matter for the posters which were created in France during the 1880s and 90s. Women assumed a great variety of roles in French poster art, yet it is possible to isolate a few dominant feminine types which made their appearance with predictable frequency on posters in the latter part of the 19th century. The role of color in visual communications is the most complex, powerful, and technical of all the elements of design. It enhances the viewer's response and intensifies emotional and psychological reactions. This week, you'll work on your next bibliography and design in context assignment, where you select a work of graphic design from the time period covered in this week's reading. And you will compile a bibliography on your example of design. And you'll use the creative brief as a checklist to write your assignment. And be sure that you select a work of graphic design, not a work of art for your example. First, you'll identify the work with the designer's name, the title, the date of the work, and the country of origin. You'll provide a brief biographical background of the graphic designer, and you'll describe the message of the piece and how it is conveyed. You'll also describe the stylistic characteristics of your example that are similar to other design examples from this period, and you'll want to include the considerations below. Also, you may want to talk about the influences on this particular designer and how he may have influenced later designers. And then you'll find at least 2 historical connections which examine the work within the context of its time. And your assignment does not need to be more than 1 page long. You'll also respond to at least 2 of your colleagues' posts. This assignment is worth 25 points. And just click this link, and that will take you into the discussion board where you can post your assignment. Also this week, you'll continue to work on the conceptual phase of your museum exhibition project. This is not due until February 20th, so you have plenty of time to work on it. You'll be working on your exhibition topic and overview, which is a big idea or statement of what the exhibition is about. And you'll want to include these considerations in your overview. And be sure to have a look at the examples of museum exhibition overview, which I've provided links to. This week's bibliography contains links to various topics that are included in this week's reading. So again, you'll continue to work on the conceptual phase of your museum exhibition project, which is due on February 20th. You'll work on this week's bibliography and design and context based on Chapter 2 in the textbook. Have a look at the lectures. And read Chapter 2 in the textbook. So those are this week's assignments. If you have any questions, be sure to email me. Otherwise, enjoy learning about Art Nouveau graphic design.